only one place in the federal guidelines where you can have 10 machine and get 1 year of community service and 1 year.
If there's one thing everyone knows about 50 Cent, it's that crossing him is never a smart move. He's one of the most ruthless figures in hip-hop when it comes to public feuds, and T.I. learned that lesson the hard way. Their tension stretches back years, fueled by long-standing snitching allegations that have followed T.I. like a shadow. Despite all his success, that label has stuck with him, and 5-0 was one of the first and loudest to call it out. At first, T.I. tried to stay composed, brushing off 50's usual shots. But over time, their back and forth grew more intense. Eventually, T.I. clapped back, challenging 50 to a 20-track versus battle, even offering to do it on 50's birthday. It was a bold move, but it only made 50 double down with his signature brand of pettiness. He resurfaced T.I.'s infamous 2008 Crime Stoppers ad, where the rapper encouraged people to report crimes, and the internet had a field day with it. The irony is that 50 and T.I. weren't always enemies. There was a time when they shared mutual respect, collaborating on music, praising each other publicly, and building powerful legacies in both entertainment and business.
Tough to everyone listening to it is an awesome song. Listen carefully, actually you don't have to even listen that carefully. There's a line in there directed at another rapper in the game.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What line? What rapper was on?
It was a line that has you questioning that you have, is it true you have the best lawyers in the game?
I feel like I do.
Okay. And you asked them a question that if you got caught with 10 weapons in your car, you would have seen 10 years, maybe 9.
What I'm saying, so when you write it and you put it there and you leave it and say, watch, let me watch and see what happens. And there's so much controversy around it, you didn't say anything. Then you go, see, they think that. They just won't say it to them because they're a bunch of punks.
Will you drop the line for me, that line that starts off with about having the best?
I got the best lawyers, money.
Can you understand? Well, you know me, I'm direct too. Is that line about T.I.?
Absolutely, for the public to decide.
Yet despite their shared success, those allegations continue to follow T.I. wherever he goes, constantly adding fuel to the fire. Rumors recently surfaced claiming T.I. was originally set to play Davis McLean in Power, but lost the role because of his rocky relationship with 50. T.I. has denied those claims, insisting that he and 50 still have mutual respect. But 50's silence on the matter speaks volumes. In 50 Cent's world, no comment doesn't mean peace, it usually means the storm isn't over. It's just waiting for the next headline. But how did T.I. end up with a reputation that made 50 Cent and others keep their distance? And how did their relationship fall from mutual respect to full-blown tension?
Look, even for me personally, my character, they would try to attack my character. They'll say he a rat or he just that. Yeah. All you gotta do is ask him who I told him. Oh boy. I ain't never told him no in my life. Yeah. In the Prem situation, look at this case. It'll tell you who told him. Right. My name ain't in it.
The answer lies in a series of moves that shaped how both men saw each other and how the industry came to view T.I. Their history runs deep, and the friction between them didn't happen overnight. While 50 is known for trolling and throwing shade across social media, his issue with T.I. seems rooted in a few defining moments. The biggest one? T.I.'s relentless push for a versus battle against 50, something the Queen's mogul clearly never took seriously. To 50, it didn't come off as confidence, but as desperation. But long before that, T.I. had already stirred controversy with several East Coast rappers, including 50 himself. The tension really came to the surface after the infamous Crime Stoppers commercial in 2007. At the time, T.I. was facing serious gun charges and a potential 20-year sentence. Instead of laying low, he appeared in a public service announcement urging people to stop violence and report crimes in their communities. That single decision would haunt him for the rest of his career. The move may have been intended to show maturity and responsibility, but in the hip-hop world, especially during that era, it sent the wrong message. Many saw it as cooperating with law enforcement, and that kind of stigma doesn't fade easily. The ad instantly divided the rap community. Peers began questioning his street credibility, and the whispers spread like wildfire. And right on cue, 50 Cent was among the first to call him out, publicly branding T.I. as the last person who should be speaking about street codes. For 50, that ad wasn't just bad PR, it was proof that T.I. had broken an unspoken rule. 50 Cent didn't waste a second making his feelings known. He went straight to the booth, using G-Unit's track "You So Tough" to fire his shots. In it, 50 dropped bars that had everyone connecting the dots: get knocked with 10 machine guns, only get 12 months. Hey, don't talk to me, You talk to him, you talking to them. He followed it up with more lines about lawyers and silence, hinting that someone out there was cutting deals instead of doing time. Fans didn't have to guess long. The timing and context made it crystal clear that he was referencing T.I. and that infamous 2007 arrest. Here's the story. Just hours before T.I. was set to perform at the BET Hip Hop Awards, federal agents swooped in and arrested him on serious weapons charges. His own bodyguard, who had secretly been cooperating with federal authorities, handed over 3 machine guns and 2 silencers that T.I. had allegedly paid $12,000 for. The twist? T.I. was already a convicted felon, which made possessing those weapons a major federal crime. But when the dust settled, his punishment left the entire industry stunned. Instead of the expected decade-long sentence, he walked away with a shockingly light deal: 1 year of house arrest, 1,500 hours of community service, and a brief, undefined prison term. That level of leniency raised eyebrows all across the rap world.
But how are you dealing with when, like, the 50 cents are coming at you?
Well, I mean, honestly, man, like, to be perfectly honest with you, man, I gotta deal with each situation as how I hear it come out of the person's mouth. You can misinterpret songs, lyrics, you know what I'm saying? When you're being interviewed and someone asks you, how do you feel about this? I gotta take that. I gotta take your verbal rather than listen to your lyrics and jump to a conclusion. And when I heard him speaking on it, he said he wasn't talking about me, you know what I'm saying? And me and 50 always had a decent rapport, you know? It wasn't never nothing negative. So, and like he said this in conversation. At the same time, he said, man, he's never had a problem with saying people's names when he's speaking on them. And like, that's not like 50. If he going at somebody, he usually say their name and make it known. It's usually not ever whether or not, you know what I'm saying? And so, I think that it's just unnecessary to jump to a conclusion and, you know, create an issue where there is none.
To many, including 50 Cent, the whole situation just didn't add up. In You So Tough, 50 used his lyrics to question how someone facing such serious charges could return home so quickly. The message was clear. He was implying that T.I.'s plea deal might have come with strings attached, possibly even cooperation with authorities. When asked directly in an interview whether the song was about T.I., 50 played coy, saying it was up to the public to decide. But by then, the damage was already done. The track fueled years of speculation, and the snitch label began to cling to T.I.'s name, a shadow he couldn't fully shake, no matter how much success he achieved. If you really read between the lines, 50 didn't need to say T.I.'s name. The message spoke for itself. His lyrics did all the talking. He was implying that the streets had already made their judgment, and 50 was simply the one bold enough to say it out loud. When T.I. was asked about the situation around the time G-Unit dropped You So Tough, he tried to stay diplomatic. Back then, he still gave 50 the benefit of the doubt, brushing off the shots as part of the game. But let's be real, with federal agents monitoring his every move, T.I. wasn't in a position to clap back too hard. Any misstep could have jeopardized his deal, so he kept things low-key. Of course, that peace didn't last forever. Fast forward to 2020, and the ghosts of the past came roaring back. The old Crime Stoppers commercial resurfaced right in the middle of hip-hop's biggest debate on snitching, the same time Tekashi 6ix9ine made headlines for testifying against his 9 Trey associates. Suddenly, that old video of T.I. urging the public to report crime was back in circulation, and 50 couldn't resist jumping into the chaos. He took to Twitter with his trademark sarcasm, writing, "This the first song I'm gonna play, You So Tough." He tagged T.I., attached the Crime Stoppers clip, and included a snippet of the same track that started it all, making sure the internet once again connected the dots.
Innocent or guilty, criminal or citizen, that could get them any time for any crime. Say, look, if it say, sir, did you see such and such and such, do such and such and such? Oh, wait a minute, only time, the only time.
It was pure 50, trolling, petty, and calculated for maximum effect. Naturally, T.I. couldn't let that slide. He jumped straight into the comments, firing back and insisting he never cooperated with authorities or snitched on anyone. He made it clear that his past legal issues were handled through proper channels, not through any deal with law enforcement. But instead of cooling things down, his response only added more fuel to the fire. T.I. didn't just defend himself, he turned the tables on 50. In his reply, he suggested that maybe 50 was projecting, hinting that 50 might have his own questionable history when it came to dealing with law enforcement. T.I. wrote, "The video clip is cute, in poor taste, but cute. However, I prefer facts. I've never given any information to any form of law enforcement to get nobody no time for no crime ever. 50 Cent, can you say the same? But that was only the beginning. T.I. wasn't content with a single post. He doubled down by sharing 50's video on his own Instagram, using the moment to reignite their long-standing feud and publicly challenge him to a versus battle once again. T.I. wrote a fiery caption saying, "I'll take this as an acceptance of my catalog challenge. We got him. He bit the bait. Set this up so I can finally shut this watermelon head invisible neck ninja up once and for all." He didn't stop there either. T.I. continued to mock both 50's music and his legacy, calling the Crime Stoppers clip old, outdated, and in poor taste, much like your catalog, 50 Cent.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. If there was another commercial that I ain't finna tell on nobody, I ain't finna take no stand, I ain't wanna get nobody locked up, I ain't finna do nothing that gonna cause nobody no time. But
how you feel when them niggas be like, man, tip, man, all the shit.
Man,
hey, we on the bullshit, you been.
Then he fired off another round of claims, once again insisting that he had never cooperated with authorities or given anyone up for leniency. He wrote, "The fact remains, I have never given any information to any form of law enforcement at any time in life to get anybody any time for any crime. Supreme told me to ask 50 Cent if he can say the same." T.I. wrapped it all up with one of his boldest callouts yet. "So, let's set the date. Pick your 20 songs off that one hot album you got, and let's lay your little overrated, outdated, steroid-inflated catalog to rest. Rip to 50 Cent's catalog. I've seen you con those New York ninjas for years." It was pure provocation, part challenge, part diss in text form, and knowing 50's reputation, T.I. had just set the stage for a war of words that was far from over. T.I. clearly wasn't ready to let things cool off. He kept firing back, taking the feud to another level. After that heated Instagram post calling out 50 Cent, Tip wasn't done. He went live on Instagram with comedian Kelly Cater Walker to set the record straight once again. During their conversation, T.I. revisited the long-running rumors about him being a snitch, determined to shut them down once and for all. He made it clear that he stood by every decision he made, especially the Crime Stoppers commercial that had resurfaced years later. But even after addressing it live, he still wasn't satisfied. Soon after, T.I. brought up the same topic again during an interview on the Big Facts podcast, giving an even deeper explanation for why he made that video in the first place. When asked how he felt about being labeled a rat because of the PSA, Tip doubled down and stood by his past choices without hesitation. He said, "If making that video in my area would keep me from doing 10 years for something I was using to protect myself, I'd do it again, time and time again. I ain't that gangster. I ain't the type to tell on nobody, and I ain't ever taking no stand to get somebody locked up." He made it clear that, in his eyes, there was a big difference between promoting safety in his community and cooperating with law enforcement. But the controversy didn't stop there. When the host asked how he felt about New York rappers, especially 50 Cent, constantly throwing shade over that old commercial, T.I. didn't hold back. He had a few sharp words that made it clear he wasn't backing down anytime soon. That was the point when 50 Cent finally decided he'd had enough and came swinging back. About a week after T's Big Facts interview aired, 50 took to Instagram in classic fashion. Direct, cutting, and unapologetic. In a now-deleted post, he reshared a clip from T's interview and added his own fiery caption. "This was a week ago. This ninja was telling me about a comedy show he's working on backstage. I don't like all this kind of ish. It wouldn't be a good idea to come around me again. Respectfully, stay away from me." It was 50's way of drawing a line, making it clear that whatever peace existed between them before was gone. But the drama didn't end there. Things only got worse when tragedy struck, and T.I. made a comment that many felt crossed the line. After the death of Chicago rapper King Von in Atlanta on November 6, 2020, T.I. took to Instagram to share what he claimed was a message about protecting Atlanta's image. He wrote, "Atlanta is a beautiful, progressive city filled with black excellence. We uplift each other and win together. Stop coming here to kill each other. That's played out." Then he added a caption that caused major backlash. "Handle your beefs in your city. Thanks in advance, King." To many, it sounded like T.I. was speaking directly about Von's death, and the timing couldn't have been worse. The comments sparked outrage, and 50 Cent quickly stepped in again, this time siding with King Von's family. 50 reshared a post from Von's sister, Kayla B., who called out T.I. directly, writing, "These are facts, but the energy he always putting in other people's business needs to be the same energy he uses to make things right with his daughter." It was a cold reminder that, In 50's world, no move goes unchecked. And when T.I. tried to position himself as the voice of reason, it backfired badly. The backlash was brutal, and 50 made sure everyone saw how quickly public opinion could turn when you speak on the wrong situation. There was no way 50 Cent was going to let that slide. As soon as he caught wind of Kayla B.'s post, he jumped right into the mix, addressing T.I. directly with his signature sharp precision. He posted, "You got to chill. You bugging for saying anything. They got casualties. This is real. I don't know what you were thinking, but rethink it right now. They are hurting. They love that boy. He was way out. I bet you don't even realize they are mad at you for what you just said. What hood you from again? Come on now. It's quiet time." That was 50's way of reminding T.I. that some moments aren't meant for public commentary. It wasn't the time for lectures or statements, it was a time for silence and respect. And for once, T.I. actually went quiet. The backlash was heavy, and 50's words hit hard. But of course, Tip couldn't stay silent for long. Fast forward, and new rumors started spreading through Hollywood and hip-hop circles. Word was that T.I. was close to landing a major role in 50 Cent's Power universe but lost it because of their ongoing beef. Whispers claimed T.I. had been tapped to play Davis McLean, the slick, powerful attorney now portrayed by Method Man, according to Power actors Johnny Paolo, who plays Braden, and Michael Rainey Jr., who plays Tariq. The switch came out of nowhere. They said they showed up on set one day and Method Man was just there, no warning, no announcement. That's when speculation exploded, with many believing that behind-the-scenes tension between 50 and T.I. caused the sudden change. When T.I. heard the chatter, he wasted no time addressing it. He went on Tony the Close's podcast and shut down the rumors directly, saying there was no truth to the claim that he was ever officially cast as Davis McLean. According to Tip, the story was blown way out of proportion. He explained that while he and 50 had a complicated history, there was still deep professional respect between them. T.I. said he had nothing but admiration for what 50 built with Power, BMF, and the entire television empire. But whether that respect is mutual remains to be seen. Because when it comes to 50 Cent, silence doesn't always mean peace, sometimes it's just the calm before the next round of shots. And while T.I. was out publicly praising 50 Cent and insisting their issues were behind them, 50 stayed eerily quiet. No response, no clarification, nothing. He didn't confirm the peace, but he didn't deny it either.